Space nerds! Star Citizen 4.11 is finally out, and it brings with it actually more than you would expect from an update with that kind of a number. It also will be completely free from the 15th to the 27th of May, so you'll be able to jump in and try out the whole game, a bunch of different ships on different days, and probably the most unstable servers and players you've ever experienced. If you do want to make an account to get started, you can use the Join Tomato link down below. It'll get you a referral bonus as well as one of our supporters as one of the little perks we have for Patreon and YouTube membership. Otherwise, let's take a look at Star Citizen 4.11 and see if it's worth jumping back in. First thing to highlight from gameplay is solo play's taken a step up this update. I already covered these details about Wicklow and his scripts and all that kind of stuff in an earlier video you can check out, but we can also see that there are plenty of new missions coming into the game, a lot of which can be done by solo players. I'm talking about the new combat missions, the space combat missions, dozens of them coming in, ranging from tutorials to gigantic dogfights in Pyro. There's actually a lot to do for a space-based combat person right now, and they actually use new locations, which are kind of nice to see. I don't know if you like asteroids. It's asteroids. Maintenance missions are also finally in. They were supposed to be in with 4.0 and have been delayed about 5 months, but they should offer you some more localized gameplay around the different outposts in Pyro. Hopefully soon they'll come to Stanton too. They've also added some more fauna missions in, I guess, which, you know, if you like hunting, there's that. And then item recovery also is still part of the game. I know this is bothering some people, but for those who have taken a break since like pre 4.0, item recovery is the kind of thing I think you should probably know is existent in the game. You're going to get a lot of your stuff back when you die for now. It's a temporary thing, but that does make a difference in how people are playing right now. Beyond that, ground and vehicle mining are both performing well, courtesy of 4.1. That's not a current patch update, but it is kind of a state of the game thing you should know. Speaking of mining though, for 4.11, we are seeing an improvement in the way mining bags work. They will now actually be able to be disconnected from ships, put on freight elevators, and sent off on their merry way. So you can do the mining while somebody else does the refining or the selling. You can do the transport while somebody else does the mining. Mining bags have given us the ability to do something we've been waiting for in mining for like 4 years, 5 years? I guess mainly since the cargo refactor. But still, big update to mining. Turrets have also seen some munitions increases across different ships, which is great because turrets are going to start to get more useful as we see ships like the Polaris and other large ships coming into the game, like the Idris. Onto the balance and polish section of things, there's actually quite a bit going on. First off is an interesting change with the medical tool. It is now taking up the pistol slot on your body, so you can either have a pistol or a medical tool. Obviously starting to emphasize medical gameplay and the medical position more. We'll see where this goes. There's also a couple weapon balances in this one. The Karna and the Gallant are both getting some balance passes. There is a massive components and shield balance pass that will probably lead to a lot of experimentation and hopefully some actually interesting changes to ship customization. We're going to be covering that pretty closely for the rest of the year because engineering seems to be creeping up. Ship collision physics have been fixed, something that I think happened last patch, but you should know about if you're thinking about jumping back in since 4.0. This is a small kind of update, but it makes a big difference to a lot of people. The Argo Raft is getting a pretty big buff, going from about 96 SCU all the way up to 192, though it is losing its little crane mechanism that I was hoping is going to be a fast drop and pick up thing, but I guess not. But yay, more SCU. Overall, it's a net positive to the Raft, so Raft owners are happy. Oh, and here's a big one. Players can now quantum travel to their ship unattended. So you can now start to use your ship as a home base. You can get a big ship and keep a snub in it that you use to fly down to planets and come back to your ship because it'll tell you where it is. I think this is really well timed for the TAC, and it'll be good for other ships like the Carrack. Also, if you're a solo player and you die, you can easily get back to your ship. NPC comms and notifications have been fixed, so now you'll be hit up by AI more. There are more NPCs in locations and they're saying more things, just kind of blabbering about, which is nice. It adds more life to the game. And looting has been improved with some added functionality, making it just work a little bit smoother. Another nice fix I noticed while playing is that you get green markers over other players who are on the same mission as you in the same location. This is really nice for pyro missions, and even though pyro missions are still not running the best in terms of mercenary ground FPS stuff, it's nice to be able to at least identify who's not going to be shooting at you. Hopefully. There are also reported 200 bug fixes in this update. Now, we all know how bug fixes are. Sometimes they're fixed, sometimes maybe not so much, but you can go ahead and read through the list of bug fixes and technical issues that were solved for this one as they continue to try and make the game a little more playable. Then there is Invictus Week. Invictus Week is a big military celebration of the UEE and all manufacturers included, so you'll be able to go and visit a show floor out on ArcCorp from the 15th to the 27th, where they'll have varying ships that are available to you throughout the entire time to see, but only on specific days will you be able to rent them. This year we'll also be highlighting flight blades and component customization, which is going to be a pretty big thing, I think, for the next year or two, considering engineering is, again, creeping up on us. We do have a selection of spaceships coming in this pass. I'll go over quickly because we just covered spaceships a lot, and I'll have a couple videos for you specific to that on the channel. The Grey Cat MTC is coming in. That should be in probably about the time this video drops. A new ground vehicle, perfect for 1 to 2 people to do some ground-based assaults, bunker runs, and different FPS focused stuff. The perfect partner to that, the Starlancer TAC, is also coming in. This is a nice little hybrid dropship gunship that is mostly good for dropping people and vehicles off, collecting cargo, maintaining a respawn for you. It has a hangar for a snub ship to defend you, multiple turrets for additional defense, but mostly it is focused on ground-focused gameplay. Again, a great addition for the kind of gameplay I'm into, possibly not so much for you. We also have the Guardian MX coming in, which looks a lot more like a TIE Interceptor than the original Guardian, which means I'm probably gonna fly it more. This one's more focused on missiles. It does not have a bed, but it does seem to have more armor and maybe I think an extra shield component. I might be wrong about that. But it's built a little bit different from the other Guardians to the point where it's not just a variant, it seems to be slightly different chassis. I'll be checking this one out when it does go live, so you can come check it out on the stream. Finally, the Idris is coming out. And this is weird. I've got another video coming out for this, so I won't spend time on it. But this is one of the most anticipated ships in all of Star Citizen, and I don't think it's a coincidence it's coming out in a year when they really do need to put out some crucial ships and fund some serious money. That being said, the fact that it's coming out early, I'm sure makes a lot of people happy, because originally they had said it was coming out with Squadron. Now they're bringing it out premature to capital ship gameplay mattering, but at a time when it could really make a difference if engineering and larger scale missions and or gameplay start to pick up in the next year. So now is a good time to start to learn more about how ships work in Star Citizen, because I think we're going to get pretty big info over the next couple of weeks. And honestly, make sure to take advantage of the free fly. It's only the second one in a server meshed environment, so it gives us a good chance to see how the game's improving over time, even if we haven't spent money on it. 4.1.1 is a solid update. It actually has a lot in it for the type of update it's supposed to be, but this is still the same Star Citizen that you've seen over the past several months. It is getting a lot better, it's running smoother, and honestly, this is the best the game has ever played. But you're still going to deal with things like missions not working correctly and the game not really telling you what's going on at the time it's going on. So for people who are used to this, I think it's going to be a pretty good time, better than it has been so far. But for people who have been waiting, I would wait a little longer. But if you are interested in getting into this, once again, you can try out our referral code. The game is going to be free to play for the next 2 weeks. You can come jump into the live stream. We have it going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And honestly, I would suggest checking in on that live stream every couple of weeks just to see how the performance is going as the servers degrade and the update goes on. But for now, I'm hoping I can cover this update for you and let you know how the game's doing over the next month or two. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new in this one, and I'll catch you in the next.